Hello everyone, this is Shay here at Musicbox with another tutorial. This song is called Jesus by Chris Tomlin, and we're going to walk this one through. So trust that you've had an opportunity already to hear the song. Fantastic song. I thoroughly enjoy it. So we're going to get right to it. Just so that you understand, we are in the key of A. You may want to go over the scale a couple times just so that you're familiar with it. So the way that the song starts is obviously in a band setting. So what they're doing in the actual recording is just rocking back and forth between this A and the E and then changing the bass note. You might not be able to have the full band. You may be playing this on your own. You may be just playing it with practice. And so it may not make as much sense for you to go and to play it that way. And so I'm going to show you some other variations on ways that you can play this. Also, this chord chart that I'm following is taken off of worshiptogether.com. Again, you'll find the link in the description below. But let's just walk through this. So it starts with "There is a truth," and it just gets right into it. There is a promise of things yet to come. And then this B minor 7. So it just rocks back and forth. If we want to slow this down though and take some different chords and create our own version of the song, you're going to just take this A chord and here's what the left hand is playing, the A and the E. The right hand is 1, 2, and 5. So you can literally just... So here's your D chord, and I'm still just playing the A2 on the top, which just creates a nice D chord. There is a truth, older than the ages. There is a promise. Okay, so here's our B minor 7 chord, and here's how I play this. In the left hand, I've got the B and the F sharp, but to create the 7 on the B is actually the A. So there's your B7, and to create a minor you're going to need the D. So if you watched my previous video, you'll see how I make 7th chords. So if I was to take a B, here's my minor 3rd, here's my F sharp and my A. If I take out the B, I'm left with this. Here's a D chord. And if I add the B bass, there's a B minor chord. So all I'm doing is flipping the inversions. So there it is. So that's where I'm wanting to play it. And I'm adding the B bass. So my left hand again is playing the B and the F sharp, and my right hand is playing the A and the D. So let's take it right from the start. Let's start with the A chord again. Again, the CD goes like this. Here's this B minor 7. Now we're on to the F sharp minor. Here I would play an octave, and then in my right hand I'm going to play an A2. Now you could play this like that, but this is a little bit softer, which I would prefer. So there is one, born for our salvation, and then it just walks down to the D. So here's our F sharp minor, there's our D chord, and then to the A, and again a walk. So here on the chord chart you'll see a C sharp, an A over a C sharp. And you're going to want to take this C sharp and just walk to the D. So here's your A, Jesus. There's our C sharp, so that's technically our A over C sharp, and then to the D. You could play it like that, but this is again a softer D. You'll see on the chord it says D sus2. So let's go through that verse one more time. So there is a truth, older than the ages. There is one. There's our B minor 7, born for our salvation. And then walk to the D. Jesus. And again, this walk with the C sharp to the D. And then the verse repeats itself. So hope that makes sense. Let's get ourselves over to the chorus. Just a powerful chorus, and it just starts that way right away. So here's your last chord on the verse, and then who walks. Now understand this, that the A over C sharp is just a passing chord. You're not sitting on it. You're moving to the D. The D is going to be the downbeat. So you'd be Jesus, and then who walks would who walks. So what I'm doing there is I'm just taking an A. So here's my right hand, A and E, C sharp in the left hand. Who walks? Right there we are. Right? So who walks on the water? Again, the F sharp is just a passing chord. Who speaks? So your E is the downbeat. So your D is the downbeat. And then the F sharp goes to the E. And again, the E over G sharp doesn't last very long either. So you just have to understand that when you're playing, that's how the song is moving. So let's sit down and understand these chords. So again, the first chord, A over C sharp, you can play this a number of different ways. Here's your right chord, right hand chord, and your bass. And then your D. Okay, there's your D. And the reason I'm playing an octave is it's a big song, so. Okay, here's your F sharp. Here's your right hand, and here's your left hand to the E. So the right hand will just walk down, just so that there's not a whole lot of movement that needs to happen. Right? Here's the E over G sharp. So what I'm doing, again, if you watch my previous video, whenever you have a slash chord, you've got to stretch this. The fifth doesn't work. You've got to stretch it to the sixth. Right, like that. Okay, so there's your E, and then to the A. Right, that's what your left hand's doing. So here's your A. Beside me. So again, the A over G sharp, it's just a passing chord. It's not happening very long. So that's how the chorus happens. So I'll play it through. So that's how the first part of the chorus goes. And then it goes into he roars like a lion. So he roars like a lion. He bled as the lamb. He carries my healing in his hands. So the same thing up until this point, and then it goes to Jesus. So the A over C sharp, again, is just a passing chord to get to the D. So that's how the chorus is going to go, and we'll play it through at the end just so that you can get a hang of what's actually happening. So, and then we got our last part, which is going to be this bridge, and it starts very reflective. So our first chord is a D chord. You can play it closed, and by closed I mean that the chords in the right hand are pretty tight together, they're thirds, or you can open it up by leaving out the F sharp. And the reason why you may do that is if you're playing with acoustic guitar, sometimes they keep it open as well by not playing that E string and leaving that E string open, so then it fits really good with an acoustic guitar. So there's your first chord, Messiah, my Savior. So here's the E suspended, right? Here's your E sus. There is power. Here's your A chord, in your name. And again, when you walk down to this F sharp, you don't actually have to change your right hand at all because you just create a nice F sharp minor chord. So you can keep the A and then just go to an octave F sharp minor bass. Then it repeats, You're My Rock. In the left hand, I added the fifth. Just, it adds a little bit more weight. My Redeemer. Now here, since I was down here anyways, for this D, if I just go and add this B right here, and add an E bass, it makes the same chord, that E sus, that I showed you right there. It's just a different inversion. So then you just don't have to move. My Redeemer. There is power. There's our A. In your name. Jesus. So I hope that makes sense. We'll go through these chords now as they are. And again, one of the rhythms that is really helpful in this song is to syncopate between your left hand, the top note in your left hand, and the chord that's being played in the right hand. So at the start, if we're going to go into verse 1, you're going to see that there is truth. See how I rock between the chord and the left hand bass? And that really gets you into a nice groove for the verse, well, for anything. Right? And that kind of sets the mood for it. Again, you can add stuff, you can change the inversions. So what I'm doing here is I'm just walking, here's my left hand, and then my right hand. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through this verse, the chorus, and then into the bridge. I'm going to play it all through once so that you can see how it all fits together. And then if you have any questions, comments, feel free to comment in the section below. And I hope you enjoy my rendition of the song. Again, the chords are going to be found at worshiptogether.com. The link is going to be down in the description below. And enjoy as I play the song through. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, comment in the section below if you have any questions or other songs that you would like me to do. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks. Bye.